Want to buy meme coins before the price pump happens? Watch how I set up NovaBot to get in fast and avoid overpaying. So the first thing you are going to want to do is make sure you have some money in your Phantom wallet. I showed you how to download Phantom in a previous video. If you haven't watched it, it's on my YouTube channel. So you can just go ahead, click Solana. Let's say we want to buy $100. And then you can pick your preferred platform, whoever you have an account with, like Robinhood, Stripe, Coinbase, etc. So you can go ahead, pick that, make sure you hit buy. And then once that money is in there, you should see it in your Phantom wallet. We can go ahead and actually send this money to BullX. I'm just going to go ahead, create a new wallet so you guys can see this. You'll notice you get a private key here. So we're going to want to eventually open that private key, but right now we'll just copy the wallet address for sending money from our Phantom wallet to there that we purchased off Coinbase, Robinhood, or another platform. Go ahead, select Solana, paste in the address, however much Solana you want to send over, next, and send. So once that money is in your wallet here, we can go ahead and make sure first you have access to the NovaBot. You can just go ahead, click the link in my description below. It's right there, Trade NovaBot. And then once you have access, you should pop up with a screen that looks something like this. You'll see a bunch of different options here. You can copy trade different wallets here if you wish to try copy trading out. I wouldn't recommend it. A lot of wallets that I even followed, they'll buy into rugs and get out really fast, so it's just kind of hard to keep track of. They have sniper stuff and things like that. But what we're first going to do is we're going to transfer our wallet from GMGN or BullX onto NovaBot. So if we click wallets, you'll see a bunch of options here, and you can go ahead and click import wallet. We'll go ahead and name this wallet. I'm just going to name it BullX 16 since it's wallet number 16 in BullX. We're going to enter the private key of the wallet. So you'll see here, this is for my wallet 16. You'll see the actual wallet address with a colon. And then this is the actual private key. So you're going to want to copy that private key and put it into Telegram for NovaBot. So you can go ahead, click paste, make sure there's no spaces. And then here is your new wallet. So we have it directly imported. Make sure you also save this private key somewhere safe. A lot of people like to write it down and put it with their important documents. But once this is closed out, you won't be able to regenerate it or re-get it. So this is important in case, let's say you get a new phone, you get a new computer, and you don't have access to your Phantom wallet or your BullX login or something like that. You're going to need that private key. Go ahead, click next. I have saved item. You'll notice the wallet address here is FF68, which matches up with this one here. So now we have that wallet imported, and you can probably view it all here. So we're actually going to go ahead and set up the settings for NovaBot here. And the reason I prefer NovaBot as opposed to buying on BullX or like GMGN, it is faster. And it may be by a second or even milliseconds, but that makes a huge difference in meme coin world. So you can actually gain a lot of profits just by being quicker and saving on fees that way. So if we go ahead and you'll see there's like Jito, there's Blocks Route, there's Auto, there's Node, there's Ultra. So there's all these different settings here. Jito is the safest. It just protects you from all the Mev bots. So a Mev bot will actually sandwich you into trades. So let's say you buy higher on slippage and someone else purchases like 55 Sol, that price will instantly shoot up and they will take a percentage of those fees. So if we go to MEV protection here, I always keep this on when I'm buying. For selling, I like to use Ultra just because it's super fast and gets you out of the trades really quick. I haven't heard of anyone that needs to be MEV protected when they're selling, so it's kind of a waste of money if you are. You also want to be able to sell quickly. You don't want to be stuck in a trade because trades can tank like that in meme coin world. It's not like a continuous up and down most of the time unless you pick a really good coin. So just make sure you have Ultra set here. So here you're going to notice you have quick buys and quick sells. I would recommend setting this up based on your portfolio. So let's say you're just starting out with one Sol. At most, I would probably only be trading, I think 0.05 is even risky. But say you lose a lot of trades in a row, you're going to instantly go through your portfolio. So I would only be trading with 0.05 to zero point 0.1 SOL to start out with if I had 1 SOL going, which is 10% of your account. Usually traders like to trade with 1% of their account is the actual rule. So, but 1 to 10% is okay to start out with. You are going to lose trades. You aren't going to win every trade. Now in NovaBot, you can actually set up your presets directly in here. You can even set up automatic take profit levels or stop loss levels, which is pretty cool. So it doesn't really require a lot of thinking. If you get anxiety when you trade, probably a good idea to start doing that. So you can go here, select presets. We can change sniper mode if we wanted to. We could select how much we want to buy, how much our slippage should be, things like that. So if you had 1 SOL to begin with, I'd probably, like I said, suggest starting with 0.01 or 0.05. If you wanted to go to 10% of your account, you could here at that 0.1. So you'll see right when I type that in, it changed that to that. If we're doing a sniper preset, I would probably make this, and there's a lot of volume coming in, I'd probably go 0.008 is what I normally do. And then the buy tip, I'll probably do like a 0.00. Usually it's at like 3 or 4, so probably 3.5 or something. But we can go ahead and do that there. So that would be kind of some sniper settings there. It does depend how fast the transactions are moving and the volume and things like that. So it's something you're going to have to play with and mess with. But those are kind of my recommended settings there. The buy slippage, I'd probably just do 25% just to be safe. So if you do a lot higher on these, you're really going to be cutting in on fees. So that's why I always kind of wait on pullbacks to buy, even if it looks like people are buying and shooting up, there will be a pullback, especially if it's a good coin. And you can kind of tell that from their Twitter or the sentiment around that and things like that. But let's say we have those sniper settings set up, which you can see here. I would still do MEP protected. I always do that just because I don't want to get sandwiched and have some bot charge me 0.3 fees for something, and that is equal to Jito. And NovaBot here, sell percentage, you can have their sell slippage. Sell slippage, I usually have around, I would say like 25 to 30%. If the volume's moving slower, I probably do like 15 to 20. So you can see that's changed there. The sell fee, depending on volume, once again, this is the sniper preset. So I probably just leave these the same. And then for Mev Protect on the sell, I always do Ultra. So Ultra will automatically turn your Mev protection off, which is fine with sells. I haven't seen any problem with it really. You can also set take profit and stop levels right here. So let's say we want a new take profit level and we just kind of want to get in and out of trades really quick. So it says, please enter the profit percentage you want to take. Let's say we want to set a take profit level at 2x, so that'd be 100%. So you'll see it added a new take profit level, and here's the actual rule. It closes at 50% of the position, meaning I still have 50% of the position left to close out at 100% profit. So we can also hit the new stop loss level. Okay, so if we just wanted to close out of our position and we had a stop loss level of 2x, so we're going to lose half our position here, and we're going to close out 100% of the trade, that would be that rule. So if we were trading with 0.1 SOL, we would have 0.05 SOL now. So if we go back to settings here, we can actually change our fees and our slippage, which is most important. If we're trying to buy a super low volume coin, like there's nothing going on in it, I would probably even use triple zeros, like 0.0001. And same with like the sell fee, let's say a coin rugged or something, and you're just trying to get whatever you can back out of it. Just go ahead and let's hit that at triple zeros, 0.001. So the sell tip, I actually usually just kind of leave at 0 or completely off, like with triple zeros here, just because I have MEP protection off. I haven't really encountered a problem with this as of yet, but it's been working fine for me just because I'm using Ultra on NovaBot, and that gets you out of a position pretty quickly with the MEP protection off. If it's a regular volume coin, as I like to call it, just kind of normal volume, and you're gonna have to look at the charts and decide this for yourself. But let's say it has just kind of regular amount of volume coming in, anywhere from 0.015 to 0.005. And these kind of depend, like I said, on the volume, but this is the typical range you're gonna see. I would probably, if it is regular volume, you could probably even do just cut it in the middle and go 0.03. If it's higher volume and transactions are coming in very fast and rapidly and you're trying to get in a position, just go 0.008. People even go up to 0.1 on those for sniper settings just because they're trying to get in so fast. I prefer not to get in that fast because you're usually buying the top then. There will usually be a pullback. I'm not going to say all the time, but there will usually be a pullback that you can get into. Charts just don't go up and up and up forever, even though you wish they did sometimes. They don't. They bounce around, they go up and down, up and down. But snipers, they're usually using like a 0.1 fee. But I will usually do, like I said, 0.0015 to 0.008 is probably the highest I've done. And that, like I said, this last one is just for a lot of volume and a lot of transactions coming through. So you can do 0.005, 0.003, whatever kind of works for you there, depending on volume. It is something you're going to have to get used to and play with, because once you start practicing and playing with the settings, you'll see what works and what doesn't and stuff like that. So like I said, let's say we're just going to set this for, I'm just going to cut it in the middle, 0.003. And our buy fee changed here. Our buy tip, you'll notice it gives you a recommended tip right now, and it does that in BullX too. If I go to a chart, I'm on another screen there. But if I pull up a chart here, so it depends on the coin you are in, right? So 0.0076 is the recommended tip up here. However, NovaBot is saying 0.033. So they're having you pay a higher tip. So be very wary of this. You guys don't want to be paying too much, especially in the beginning if you're starting with only, 1 to 3 SOL or something like that, and you're trying to build your account up. This can chew into your profits. So the buy tip, I would pay attention to whatever it's kind of saying up here. So it shot up to 0.24, it looks like. But usually the buy tip, I'm going to set at 0.015, usually for a lot of transactions. But I would say you can go up to, like it says there, the 0.03 is probably the highest I've seen. If it's lower volume transactions, you probably don't even need to use a buyer tip. Let's say you get rugged and are just trying to get out of the position, you can just set that to triple zeros if that, or put 0 down. Sell tip's a little different because you are trying to get out of the position more quickly. So the sell fee is the same as the buy fee here. You are going to want to get out of these transactions a lot quicker. This is if you're starting with a smaller portfolio, like 1 SOL or something. But I would go ahead and set this at 0.05 or 0.08. A lot of people go to 0.01 or 0.015 if the transactions are moving really fast and they need to get out of that position ASAP. You're going to have to test that out there, and it's going to really depend on the token and the amount of volume coming in and if you need to get out quickly. You're just going to set this basically higher if you need to get out really quickly. But I usually have my sell fees set around 0.05 to 0.08, the same as my buy fee. That's what I normally do. And then for the sell tip, I usually have MEB protection disabled. So like I said, I just set this as close to 0 as possible here with the triple zeros, as you can see. But I'm going to go ahead and leave that for now. You'll see you have all those settings there. If we wanted to sell certain percentages of our portfolios, we can go ahead, click 25, 50, 100. So let's say 20. Please enter the new sell percentage value. So let's say we want to sell 25 is pretty good, but let's say we want to set this to 75 or something. It'll automatically change that for us there. Any one of these you can click and change. I like having these set at 25, 50, 100. It just makes it easy because you can easily click these buttons and it'll automatically sell your position. The same applies for quick buy. So like I said, if you're starting with 1 SOL here, I would recommend at most You want to only do technically 1 to 5% of your account to start out with. I know that sounds low, 0.01 Sol. So you can do zero point 0.01 to 0.05 up to 0.1 Sol if you have 1 Sol to play with. So if we go here, we can just set this to 0.01. We can set this one to 0.05, let's say, and we'll have one of them for 0.1. And let's do one we're feeling gutsy. Let's go 0.25 and 0.5. So you just click those to set them, you'll see all the new values appear right here. These are the kind of recommended settings I would have for quick buy settings if you're starting out with 1 Sol. Like I said, you only want to be playing with 1 to 10% of your account. I would recommend even 1 to 5%. So just start out with the 0.01, 0.05. I know it seems low, but you got to get the reps in and get the practice in. If you're feeling pretty confident about a trade, it's always hard to tell with meme coins, but you can go up to 0.1, 0.25, 0.5. So that's what I have there. So we can go ahead, go back to settings. So we have MEP protection on, GTO, all that. Everything is good there. You can also do auto buy. Let's say you wanted to add a rule where if it's a market cap of, there's the regular market caps, you're going to see people are going to hit points at 100K, 500K, 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, 15 million, 25 million, 30 million. So all those big kind of numbers, they're going to hit selling marks and you'll notice the price will drop there. But let's say we hit a market cap value of 200K. We think it's going to go to 500K. We can add a rule to automatically buy at 200K market cap. And then you can actually hit a buy amount as well. So maybe you want to buy 0.01. Okay, so that could be one of our rules, and you'll see it right here. If market cap is between 200K and 200 by 0.01 Sol. So you'll see this. So to actually enable this rule to take effect, you can go ahead, click enable. You'll see it's enabled here. You can go ahead, click buy once, and then it will actually buy that at 200K market cap. If you wanted to set take profit and stop loss levels, so let's say we want to take profit with our auto buy, we want to take profit. We bought at 200K and we want to just get in, get out. We don't know the token, so we just want a 50% profit, which would probably be what, a 1x. So you can make a 1x there. So you'll see the take profit level here is close 100% of the position at 50% profit. That'll get you out, in and out of a 1x trade. If it does, let's say something hits 200K market cap and shoots up, those are auto buys and auto sells, depending if you want to do that or not. All right, so those are kind of the basics on NovaBot here. You can also set up copy trading if you wish to mass add a bunch of wallets. I probably wouldn't recommend in the beginning. You're going to have no idea what's going on. And you got to think a lot of these people that you're copy trading, they're probably whales or have a lot of money or things like that, and they can afford a lot of losses, as opposed to where we are, we're trying to build up our portfolio and things like that, or maybe we're just getting started. So, but if you wanted to copy trade, maybe you found a really good wallet and you wanted to do that, you can go ahead and hit new task here, and you can actually paste in a wallet address you want to copy trade from, and then you would just click start all or stop all, and then you can also delete a task. So just go back to menu here. The best feature probably about NovaBot is NovaClick. So make sure you do download it from this Telegram here or this document, just because there is a lot of spam bots out there or scam bots. So you can go ahead, click download, can hit open, and it will take you here. And this extension will actually enable you to have buying and selling directly on BullX or even Twitter if you wanted to see that. So I'll go ahead and rebookmark it. Once you have the NovaClick extension, you should see it right up here. I have mine enabled, but if you go to BullX, you'll see this appear. It will say disabled. So you'll notice that all my buy buttons have just disappeared, and you can go ahead, click enable now, and you can actually set your preferred presets here. So if you want this to be 0.01, 0.02, 0.05, etc., you can do that here. You can also set your presets for selling. I want to take profit at 20, I want to sell 25% of my position, 50% of my position, 100% of my position. So you can go ahead and click save there. And then you'll notice these are all by presets here. So once you guys get quick enough and up to speed, once you're studying the charts daily, you'll know instantly kind of what to buy and what to sell if you wanted to play on NeoVision more. Or you can click into coins here and just kind of look at highest volume here, see what's going on. And you'll notice the NovaBot settings. So this is clearly a rug, but the NovaBot settings appear towards the top left here. Now, what is the difference between buying with NovaBot and buying over here? The difference is speed mainly. So if NovaBot's even milliseconds faster, it is better to buy with NovaBot just because you'll get in and out of trades super fast compared to when you're buying on BullX or another platform. You'll see like a countdown that says buying in 5-10 seconds sometimes if you don't have your priority fee set right and things like that. So hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. Let me know what questions you have and what you would like me to cover next, and I will see you soon.